Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, and hello. That's not me doing a microphone test, even though I am looking at the to see if that's too loud or too quiet. It looks alright. It looks about right. I'm using a different microphone because I'm at Woofle's place. Um, Hello and welcome to seed number 2. Um, I actually haven't made the seed yet, so I thought it would be cool if we all took a look at the randomizer. Okay, so this is all apple seed. I'm not using apple as my seed. These are all of our options. I've already clicked off the best randomized locations for us. So instead of being 400 possible locations, which is probably why that last Wind Waker one took so long, it's only 150 possible progression locations. So the what I've changed is no more lookouts and platforms and rafts rather. Um, and what else was it? I think that's the only thing I changed because it was such a big. No. Hmm. Oh well. I think last time actually Savage Labyrinth was checked, but we were lucky and we didn't actually get a Savage Labyrinth check that we needed. Oh yeah, short side quests. That's another one that I unticked for this run. Um, I also did no starting sword, which I think is that how we started the goose one? I don't remember if the goose one had sword, but uh, I think for a seed. Oh right, starting items. We only have telescope. Do you guys wanna add a starting item, or should we start with nothing but the telescope and the sail? I gotta check to see if I'm transmitting audio right now. I gotta check to see if I'm transmitting audio. Okay, I am. Hey, what the hell? The controller turned itself off. Uh-oh. I think it's out of batteries. uh Okay, tell you what, chat. Tell you what, chat. I'm going to go find a charging cable for this. And the funniest out of context sentence that I see will become our seed. All right? I'm also going to randomize the starting island. So come up with a seed, anything. It can be anything, literally anything. And I'll put it in, and that will determine what items we get in what order. It'll randomize it for us. You know how seeds work. Oh, I found a charger. Uh, I don't have the controller. Okay. Can you use Linkle mod? I didn't have I had short notice for this stream. Pretty short notice. Um, I'll tell you what. If when we do another Wind Waker, we'll do Linkle. Because there's absolutely a Linkle mod for Wind Waker. I saw one for HD, so it has to be. It has to be for the original too, right? Stream canceled? No. We can still use Linkle. Look, our seed will be Linkle. So let's randomize. What about the San Andreas mod with the guns? I was joking. Yeah, I know. I have to continue the joke. I have to take it seriously and make it funny. Whew, it's really warming up. I'm gonna point the fan at myself while this program randomizes. It's not coming up on stream, but a dialog box appeared with a progress bar, so we gotta wait for that anyway. So I'm gonna point the fan towards myself. Damn it! I missed. I missed my chair by like a foot. I gotta redirect the airflow. 1 second. I feel that can be taken out of context. Well, let's just be glad that this community is small enough that there aren't people waiting in the wings to make a out of context clips of you or us or anyone here, anyone from chat to me, anyone. Well, the fan is squarely pointed at myself now, and it feels nice. The wind is washing over me in this spring heat. Um, let's see if it's finished. Randomization complete. All right. Just give me a second. I'll get this all set up, and then you can stop looking at here. I'll put on the be right back screen there. That's something more. That's more of a jingling keys for chat than staring at a program for randomizing stuff. While I do this, I actually had to tape up part of my laptop because one of my USB ports was frying anything you plugged into it. It was like causing a power surge and just frying shit that you plugged into it. If you've been here a while, that's the port, the one USB port where I used to plug in my microphone, and then it would make my microphone sound like shit for no reason. I'm gonna delete some of these old seeds because I think they're taking up way too much space on my computer. So we've got the Linkle. Linkle is our seed name. Even though we were playing as male Link, normal male Link. Oh well. Hopefully you wasn't exposed to anything radioactive. Oh shit, this is not the right. Hey, someone messaged me. I'm gonna see what I can close to make it stutter a little less. Steam is always open when it doesn't need to be. Oh yes, I used a randomized colors too for Link. I just gotta make sure that this broadcast view is up. And now is it actually displaying? Oh wow, look at that! Everything's almost perfectly aligned already. Wow. Give me a second, because I think the image can be a little better. Alright. Looks like I'm ready. So... this is what we're starting with. Nothing. Steam wasn't open during the Twilight Princess stream, was it? No, it wasn't open. I'm sorry. Twilight Princess is just such a more graphically intensive game that it just doesn't work, I guess. There we go. In fact, some of the settings that I was fucking with are persistent to this randomizer, so we might actually get less stuttering out of this than the last time we did Wind Waker. Uh-oh. Is the controller not configured? I might have to configure the controller, because it's an Xbox controller this time. Here we go. It's X input, right? That's the one for Xbox? Yep, that's the one. There we go. That was probably why frames died when you went to Hyrule Field. I think it's just because there's so much stuff in Hyrule Fields. It's just too much shit. Something's wrong here. Hang on. Some of the buttons won't work, but I'm sure that's an easy fix. Yeah, the buttons weren't configured. There we go. The goose was too powerful last time. The goose had too much aura. Hey, actually, I've got this. I've got this bottle that belongs to Woofle. It has the goose from Untitled the Goose Game on it, holding a knife, and it says "up to no good." So that's the perfect companion. Let's just call ourselves classic. Stink. Nah, it's just my computer. The Twilight Princess is just too much for my computer to handle. Oh, okay. This is certainly a strange island to spawn on. Oh, I'm under attack. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, I started with the Wind Waker. Oh, I gotta put that on the tracker. That we indeed have Wind Waker, and I believe also... Yes, we also have Wind's Requiem, so I gotta put that on. We're starting on Steel Islet of Steel, right. Why don't we head on down to Outset Island? That seems to be the closest set of checks. My Life is Strange Island that I spawned on. Does this look like something in Life is Strange? What do you mean key sanity is enabled? Hey, wait a minute. I gotta check that. Key lunacy is disabled, okay? It's disabled. Don't give me a heart attack. It's weird to see the King of Red Lions in all of his Bodhi goodness. Dude's got jaundice. And Link is looking really pale. Let it ride, T-Dog? Well, I will let it ride, because key sanity, or key lunacy as it's called in this one, is not enabled. Here's how many you got with you. Oh, it's just to tell you how many you got. I think that's there no matter what. It wasn't there in the Goose one, because the Goose one uses a different loader, or whatever. Patcher. If Key Lunacy was enabled, chat would vote to keep going. I think you're right. One of these days, I will try Key Lunacy. And purposefully avoid all dungeons for as long as possible. As a result. I never knew what that bag was. It's just a quality of life. That's pretty good. Oh, okay, Link. Get in the hole. I kind of like his outfit, but his skin looks sickly. His hair's okay. That's very funny, Timmer. That's very funny. Okay, Furor's Pearl right off the bat. Put that on the thingy. Furor Pearl. And I believe that gets me a mail check. The palette looks familiar. I guess it's kind of similar to a Four Swords Link, like the blue one. Except the hair is blue. I think Link should be able to make his hair match his belt buckle. Useful. Not required, but certainly useful. Okay, so that was underneath Link's house and mail letter from Komali's father, even though I've never met that man in my life. Key lunacy would start you in the middle of a dungeon with nowhere to go. I don't think you can start in the middle of a dungeon with random starting location. It's just random starting island, I guess. We can get Mesa underneath the grass cutter's house. Or not underneath the grass cutter's house. It's underneath him. You crawl underneath him and you get the chest. But he's in his house, and he won't come out during the day. So why don't we... no, it isn't. It's just... It's just a funny name to call Link. Link looks down at the letter. I drank too much last night. Who the fuck is this? Yeah. I need to go on an island where time passes, but where I can get a check. Let's see what the tracker says. I'm going to start checking off some of these checks that don't have random items in them. So it's easier for me to parse what's on the screen when I'm looking at the tracker. We can get the Angular Islands check. That's pretty close by. Well, maybe not close, but close enough. It should be nighttime by the time we're over there. See if we can get the red rupee to spawn. Whatever, we're going in the wrong direction now. Dear G-Dog, how are you? I drank lice last night. It tastes like shit. Please do the mail sorting minigame. Yours truly, Timmer. Oh, we're actually in the perfect position to come up with some challenge. How about this? I'm going to I'm gonna come up with an item. And if we find that item, I have to go do the mail sorting minigame. Or would you guys rather come up with an item? Because in the episode White Knight, Zelda accidentally calls Link Stink when introducing him to Prince Facade. Wow, I didn't know Facade was a part of that cartoon. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I know what you mean, I know what you mean. I guess the joke's been made then. I'm not original. How about if we get 3 out of the 5 Tingle statues, I have to go and do mail sorting. Oh, I was just gonna say, could come up with an item, but I came up with something that'll work. Okay, Triforce Shard. That's good. And it's nighttime, so we can go all the way back to Outset and get that check. Okay, our current number of Tingle statues is 0. I'm pretty far away from the male sorting minigame, but... it could be hiding around each corner. Would have been fantastic if you started with sword. I think in the, at least in the Wind Waker one, there's only a certain number of checks that you can get without sword. It's like 10 or something like that. It's not a lot, so I think we'll be getting sword pretty soon. It's definitely going to be one of the first progression items I find. Okay, it's midnight, so we'll be fine. We've already got 2 pretty good progression items, the Pearl and the Triforce piece. But they're not going to unlock anything. Oh yeah, I also randomized enemy palettes. That's why that blue choo-choo looked kind of weird. He was off blue. Excuse me, sir. I just gotta squeeze under you there. True, true. But this is part of the challenge. Okay, that was nothing. What else can we do without sword? Apparently we can do a submarine in 5-Star Island. So, let's check that out. With no sword, apparently, it's possible. I've done like a no starting items run. They're not that hard. You just have to like thoroughly explore Sphere 0. If you know what that means. It basically means you have to check most of the checks that don't require any other items to get first. Is it just me, or does Link control worse than Goose? It feels like he controls worse than Goose. Might be the submarine with the bomb chews. Yeah, it might be. And then we're into for a trouble. Because I'll have to use bombs to kill them all. Hello, Juno, once again. Groose is better than Link. Groose? Don't bring Groose into this. Groose and Link are best bros by the end of Skyward Sword. They wouldn't want to be compared like that. Or maybe Groose would. What do you mean? Link, I've always been better than Link. I gotta do a Skyward Sword stream one of these days. One of these days, chat. One of these days. You know, the stuttering's been pretty good. It's not happened that much. I think my screen brightness is down too low. There we go. Now it pops. Forest Haven is looking awfully pale green this morning. Or this evening. Oh my god. The pea hat? The sea hats? The sea hats are like deep red. That's I'm uncomfortable. Those are scarier now. Yeah, yellow isn't very threatening, but Jesus, at night, a giant red thing bearing down on you in the ocean? I jump ship. I like Groose. He's a typical bully, but deep down he has a good heart. He's only a bully because he's jealous of Link. Once he lets go of that jealousy, he's like the nicest and a competent guy. My life is the mail sorting game, T-Dog. Fun and very fun and peak. Oh, I know why this is possible, because I can throw a pot at this guy and steal his weapon. Haha, ha, now I'm armed. I'll smack you up. Oh god, the keys have red eyes. And the bokoblins have the same fashion sense as Link. Oh, screw you, man. You're getting the pot. Hey, starting with no sword gives you an actual reason to use drop weapons. You! Challenge me! Help T-Dog. Some kid with the flu threw a pot at me and stole my weapon? Is that why I'm so pale? Because I have the flu. He was trying to run back to his, like, guard post over there. Christ. But when Groose comes to the surface, he turns into a marshmallow. The little birds drawn to him is a good indication to his good heart. Yeah. His jealousy might leave, but he really does care about Zelda, and he wants her to live. So that's also a part of it. I love Groose. His theme is funny. He gives you someone to hate at the beginning of the game, and someone to love at the end of it. Can I just say that there's no two, like, Link and Zelda that have better chemistry than Skyward Sword Link and Skyward Sword Zelda? Like, in this game, they go off on an adventure, and they're just, like, canonically platonic, right? In that game, you finish the game and it fades to black, and it's like, man, that story just started. That love story just began. You know what I mean? Like, after it fades to black, there's so much more story to tell. Lookout no, that's not randomized. It's not randomized. Oh, Bomb Island Submarine. We could go check that. I'll go check that. On our way up to Outset, or not Outset though. What am I saying? Windfall. To get all the free checks in Windfall. That is so poetic. It is very poetic when he sees the little birds, yeah. Nintendo knew what they were doing when they created Groose. What about CDI Link and CDI Zelda? They're a good love story. Are you sure about that? CDI Link has the personality of a cardboard cutout of a 90s TV or cartoon character. But Skyward Sword Link is like the most devoted man that you could ever hope to have chasing after you. Or chasing after your captors, anyway. No, wait, what am I saying? In Skyward Sword, Zelda was going on a spiritual journey. She wasn't captured. That's right. She goes on a spiritual journey, and she has to be like, no, Link, you can't come with me. You can't follow me. And Impa's like, you're not ready. You're not ready to be the hero of legend. That game's story is just so good. I'm really glad that there's a definitive edition now with the Skyward Sword HD. People don't have to struggle with the motion controls if they really don't want to. I love CDI Link. He's just like the one from the cartoon. He's fun. I mean, let's not discredit him. He's funny. But he's not a very compelling male lead in a love story. All right, I have to be strategic with this pot. All right. Okay, there's more barrels here. Useful. There we go. Grab the weapon. Okay. No, I just can't let this weapon go. I gotta kill this guy before he can pick it up again. All right, we're good. Bar fight. Your Deku shield won't save you here, man. I think the reason why CDI Link is more corny is because Nintendo said do whatever the hell you want to, what was it, Philips? Yeah, Philips. You know, the electronics company that made the Philips CDI. I've always wanted to get my hands on one of those. I love obscure old consoles that suck. I really want an Ouya. Does anyone remember the Ouya? I really want one of those, like, legitimately. You can't even play games on them anymore. But it's such an absurd little, like, gaming moment, and I want to have a piece of that. I guess they're confused. They don't know how to fight their own weapons. Ganon only taught them how to fight a crazy child with a short sword. Not a sickly, flu-stricken child with a stick. Is that Beetle? I just remembered there's a 20 rupee item I forgot to buy, but I don't know if that's randomized or not. Oh well, I'll check it next time we're at a Beetle shopship, I guess. By the way, T-Dog, you ever heard of Squirrel with a Gun? Oh, yes. Yes, I did hear about that. That's like that Matrix type game where you're a squirrel with a gun. Yeah, I know it. I think I watched 5 minutes of gameplay. Yeah, it was like 5 minutes. It's good. It's a good bit. I like games that are in their entirety just a bit. Like Squirrel with a Gun and Squirrel Stapler, to name two squirrel-themed ones. That's not to say that they don't have like fun gameplay, but the whole game is a bit about squirrels. What's another game like that? It's fully finished and available. Oh, good. Have you ever heard of Mary Gear Solid? That's a fun one. It's like the whole bit is that it's Metal Gear, but Christmas themed. Or this other game called the Legend of Honk Goose Waker, where you're a goose in Wind Waker. Ha ha ha. No, lol. It's a fan game. I think you can download it for free if you really want to try it out. Become an item faster. Jesus. 200 rupees. Well, I guess I can afford that item now. And the platform chart. Grown. Alright, that's free items. Jail, Maze Chest, Maggie, free item, Taught, Teach Rhythm, House of Wealth Chest. Okay. I want to play Mary Deer Solid. That's Mary Gear Solid, but you play as a reindeer instead of Santa. Tree Simulator 2019, that's also another game that's just a bit. I would even argue, I would go so far as to argue that Pal World is a game that's just a bit. And that bit is we made a game as fun and competent as possible while making it clear that we're plagiarizing the design of Nintendo characters. Okay, maybe not Pal World, but that Pal World dating simulator that's actually coming out. That one's a bit. You know, Rivals of Aether did an April Fool's Day bit game. And it was Lovers of Aether, the dating simulator featuring your favorite Rivals of Aether characters. You want me to stream P-War 2? I thought it was just a joke made by the devs. The Pal World dating simulator was a joke, but then so many people wanted it that they were like, "Oh, fuck it. I guess we'll develop it." And it looks like they're developing a psychological horror game in the same vein of Doki Doki Literature Club. If you don't believe me, go to the Steam page and just scroll through all the screenshots. You will see, like, it'll just get slightly more disturbing for each screenshot that you look at, and to the point where it's like just like blood and gore or something. It's crazy. Like, you're looking at screenshots like, oh, they're having a festival, oh, they're going on a coffee date, oh, somebody's getting stabbed to death, oh, someone's pointing a gun in your face. About the dating thing becoming an actual thing, I didn't know that. Yeah, hilarious. Another Triforce shard for us. What about the dad game with the cultist? I don't know about that one, Timmer. You'll have to give me a title. I forgot to get the chest. Dream Daddy. I don't think that one was a bit. I think they actually just wanted to make a dad dating simulator. Octodad is a silly one. That was like a YouTuber bait game for a really long time. I remember so many people were playing Octodad, and I was getting tired of watching Octodad content from my favorite streamer or YouTuber. Whoa, bombs! That's something we never got last time. Bombs, dude, that unlocks so much. So much. Holy crap. Okay. We found our, this is the item we're gonna have to use to attack enemies from here on out. Until we get sword. Okay, I want to get sword, so I'm going to purposefully check non-bomb checks. And then when we run out of those, we'll check bomb checks. T-Dog, I hid my money in this stone tunnel that leads into this small cave with skulls, and I hid bombs, my most prized possession, and now it's all gone. I didn't touch the skulls! You saw me! For the longest time, I didn't know Octodad existed because the first time I saw him was in a Gmod Splatoon animation. Oh, great. I don't know. I think I've had that experience with something. I just can't remember what. I imagine, you know, that probably happened for a lot of people with Skibidi Toilet. People are probably like, oh, this is the Skibidi Toilet character. And then they play Half-Life 2 and they're like, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Dear D-Dog. Dear T-Dog. Dear D-Dog. It's 2016. When are you streaming the newest, hottest game, Octodad? But how you control him is silly as heck, and it's hard not to look suspicious. Right, you're using, like, tentacles to move around. Right. Hey, whatever happened to that Skibidi Toilet movie using Valve's assets that they somehow acquired the rights to? How's that going? Uh-oh. That's one Tingle statue. 2 more, and I have to do mail sorting. Will you stream Hunt Down the Freeman? You know, I might actually stream that. On, like, April 1st or something. And sing its praises up and down. Hang on, I gotta send Woofle money for gas, because she ran out of gas. Give me a second. You know, she's lucky I looked down at my notifications just then, because I have them off. Oops. I'm going to send her $17 in gas money. Timmer just sent me an image of Skibidi Toilet Deluxe Remote Controlled Skibidi Toilet car. Octodad was one of those, like, weird, like, you had to figure out the weird controls, like Surgeon Simulator, where you have way too much control over the character. I never really enjoyed those games, personally. Alright, that's done. I was gonna check off something on the tracker. That was House of Wealth. Check. Maggie free item. I was just there. I could have got that. Oh, damn it. Okay. Can't I use my Wind Waker as a sword? It's pointy. I can stab people with it. I'm sure it wouldn't do much damage, but I mean, heck, they gave you a wooden sword in Twilight Princess. I'm walking on your coffee table. The Wind God's aria. Okay. Wind Waker is musical instrument, not a weapon. Wind Waker, in its most essential form, is a pointy piece of wood. You can take someone's eye out with that. Guaranteed. Alright, that's Windfall done. Because I don't have any side quests randomized. But we can do a whole bunch of Paw Print Island and get the Salvage Core gift. T-Dog, use the Wind Waker to inject the Droog. It kinda looks like a syringe, I guess. Toon Link could kill 10 moblins with it. It would just take a while. A recorder can become a weapon when you hold the hole at the top and blow as hard as you can, creating a high-pitched noise. I suppose that is a sort of weapon, a type of weapon. A sonic weapon. Where are the nipple men? I need to speak with them. The who? How else would you describe these guys? Like, look at their tan lines. You can tell that they wore shirts up until recently, and then they just decided, nah, we're the nipple men. We are going to be proud of who we are. And then they took off their shirts. The sea men, exactly. And they, of course, gave me treasure chart. Thanks, man. That's in character, but not what I want. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to check the $20 item. Wait, isn't Beetle right here? Yeah, he's right over there. Perfect. You know what? I never knew they had tan lines. You clearly didn't spend enough time investigating every topless character's chest. Like I did. Obviously. Oh, it's just a... Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that was a waste of time. Okay, these ones are bomb checks, but I don't mind getting them, because there is a bombless check in here. You only talk to them once in vanilla. But yeah, you do only really see them once, and they have such a unique and interesting design. They look like they honestly belong more in Phantom Hourglass. God, how would a Phantom Hourglass randomizer go? How do you deal with the dungeon that you have to do after every dungeon in that game? The Earth Gods lyric. Okay. So now I have access to those dungeons, I guess. Cool. That was Choo Choo Cave chest. And now I have to do Choo Choo Cave chest left and Choo Choo Cave chest right. Oh, okay, Nehru's Pearl. Alright. Can you imagine if Sword is in the Tower of the Gods and that's why I'm getting all the orbs so quickly? Baby Seed? Not Baby Seed. I don't have a sword yet. How is this Baby Seed? I feel like Link right now. Perp. Poopy. Yeah, that's what we said it was called last time. No, Perpy. Yeah, that sounds a little less unhinged. Perpy. Where's my boat? Poople. Poople? I like Poople. Oh yeah, take that one out of context. I like Poople. We can get Wind Shrine right off the bat. Chest on top of Boulder I can get. Mail sorting also I can get. And Secret Cave. Wait, Secret Cave? But that's a combat cave. Nah. There's no way Whatever. How is Fado streaming this from Orden Ranch? I didn't know Orden had Wi-Fi or computers. So, he's streaming on Starlink. Yeah. Or Xfinity, if you like a domestic Canadian option. You got bombs, so that's likely why. Oh, right, I can just bomb all the enemies, of course. Of course. Well, that's a bomb check. I don't have to do that right away. I'm trying to get Sword as early as possible. Thank God for Wind Waker HD adding the sight lines. Nailed it. Oh, Cabana Deed. That's not nothing. Oh, wait. Yes, it is, because we don't have mailbag. Now I wonder why I never use bombs to get that chest. Well, probably because you have Boomerang before you have bombs. Just makes sense. I'm just unlocking the shortcut. I don't actually have any reason to go into Dragon Roost. I'm gonna get the Wind Shrine. And that's it. I don't want to go in the secret cave and have to fight. Boomerangs can reach if you're on the boat. Because remember, the boomerang has an insane range on the boat. There we go. Well, that's how I got it in the last randomizer we did. I used the boomerang. Alright, Cyclos. Oh, no, no, no! One more and I have to do mail sorting minigame. That's Wind Shrine, a chest on top of Boulder. I think I'm gonna go check out Eastern Fairy Island. Because that's the one that you visit the Great Fairy without having to do anything. Use arrows and seagull. Oh, yeah, I guess there's just so many ways to do it. That's what excuse me. That's what's great about Randomizer. It makes you use items in ways they were never intended, but are totally valid. Wait, is that the Fairy Island? Yeah, it's in the bottom corner of the map. Okay. And I just realized that you get bombs before bow in vanilla. That's right, you get bow really late in this game, in the Tower of the Gods. Compare that to Ocarina, you know. That actually is a while before you get bow and arrow in Ocarina. But not Majora's Mask, you get it in the first dungeon, if I remember correctly. I was watching an interesting mod showcase last night, actually. Transformation masks in Ocarina of Time. And someone was just going through the whole game, breaking whatever they could. Okay, so this is clearly not the free fairy. This is fairy number 2. Where's the fairy that you can get for free? Is that North Fairy or what? I don't remember. Come on, blow me something good. Leaf? Completely useless without magic. Completely useless without magic. Except apparently in Horseshoe Island. What? Hang on. What uses are there for Leaf that without magic? Can you still make gusts of wind? I gotta get to the bottom of this. Because Leaf shouldn't do anything without magic. It still makes puffs of air, so we can go play golf if we wanted to. We can play golf! Okay, clearly doing bomb checks is wrong idea. I need to keep doing checks that don't require any items. Where's that fairy island you don't need items for? Not Thorned Fairy. Star Island, no. Ah, Crescent Moon Island has a chest that's just exposed to the air. So let's go there. Oh yes, I remember. Did I already tell you guys about that? Another video that's a showcase of how you can play Ocarina of Time out of order, as out of order as you possibly can. That's a great video. You should give that one a watch. It's from Simply Snaps, I think. My newest favorite YouTuber. I think you have. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You know, I still really want to do that creative writing stream. Who was it that suggested that? Was that you, Juno? I had a really great idea. I had a really great idea for that. I want to write my own Mad Lib and then have you guys fill it out as part of that stream, like as a like half of it. Ocarina of Time with transformation mask was cool. Maybe when they come out with that for Rando, I should try that out. Yeah, this is just free. Treasure chart. Yeah. There's also a submarine. Try that. I think it is available for Rando. Already, huh? I'll have to do more randos. An upgrade for your magic is located in the home of the wind. And that collecting 5 glistening fairy figurines rewards a piece of heart. What? You weren't ready for the fish statue's run. I would live on Crescent Moon Island. There's nothing here! It's just 2 blue chews. That's it. Or is the like, is that the point? Is that the point that it's a solitary location where you can hide from the world? Is he saying magic is in the Wind Temple? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Which might imply that magic isn't required to beat the game. No, it is. It's implying that we need to do Wind Temple to beat the game, I think. Wait, is it expecting me to do this with bombs? There's no way I have enough bombs. Wait, but they drop surprise packages, so that could get me bombs. It didn't pop the thing. It didn't pop the surprise packet. I'd visit Timur's Wind Temple just to dry my clothes after washing them. That's on the other side of the map! Hey, I'm winning! I would live on the Cabana Island. I don't care that there's zombies in the basement. That place has, like, fruit drinks just ready to go. Wait, I think that was timed. Can you stop? Thank you. I'd have a fat, bald man with pointy ears selling me beans. His name would be Adrian, and I'd call him Dad. A hero shield? I just looked over at what I got. Okay, that's useful. Let me see. What does that unlock? Literally nothing, but it's useful. It's useful to have. Because I can block. Oh, I missed Juno saying I'd slurp choo-choos for sustenance. Jesus, there's so many things that we're saying here out of context that if they ever got out, our careers would be over. Okay, what else? What else we got? We could try Rock Spire, but I think that needs bomb. Lookout platform, no, not randomized. Platforms, not randomized. Bomb Island. Yeah, we could go to Bomb Island. Cliff Plateau. Right, we can fight big octos now. 6-Eye Reef Submarine is available. That one might have sword. Juno probably said that to you privately because I didn't see the message. It was probably because you have live chat or top chat on and not live chat. T-Dog, this reminds me of the hit video game called Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, where you are. I'm where now? This isn't Link Wind Waker. This is my OC Blink the Bin Baker. No, he's Stink the Sin Saker. Yeah. Blink the Bin Baker would be like an all black, and he would have Linkin Park merch. Top messages is default chat for me. If you switch it to live chat, you'll see every message, including the ones YouTube hides. Not removes, hides. It hides things with swear words and dirty jokes. And apparently the word slurp, for some reason. Your bomb MILF got through, Timmer. And porno made it through? Jesus. Probably not on Top Chat, though. Those probably all got filtered out of Top Chat. The 4 giants of the YouTube block. You have to gather them all to stop the moon from falling. Yeah. Slurp didn't make it through. They call this the Picard maneuver. Oh, that's the submarine I'm going towards, I think. Out of those 4, Slurp got blocked? Really? That was the only one? Maybe it's trying to read context. It's trying to read the context of what we're saying. And since I've mentioned slurp, it's like, they're talking about something gross. Better shut them down. You put a pic in the media channel. Should I put this Link face in the empty space below this guy? I don't know. This one I think is doable without any bombs. But goddamn. His color palette looks pretty cool. He's all green and shit. Don't stop patrolling, for God's sake. Yes, stretch it out and make it crusty. Oh, look at the morphs. The morphs are so cute. He's gonna eat him. He's gonna eat him. Okay, he did. All right, I'm gonna put Timur's picture on stream just because there's a little bit of space to fill. Just sit tight. Looks like I gotta go down there and like hit him with barrels anyway. Why does it send me to the program files of OBS Studio when I'm trying to find an image? Why? It's in the damn video editing folder, for God's sake. Where else would it be? Oh, I don't know if I can stretch it. How do I, like... Whatever. I'm just putting him down there like that. That's what you get. I really need to be careful because moblins are good at getting their weapon back. Just use the range. Use the long range. Alright, now there are more weapons than there are moblins, so we should be fine. Yeah, eat shit. I'm part moblin? Timur, I didn't know that about your heritage. That's very interesting. Do you practice moblin culture, like sniff butt and eat children? Yeah, that's what they do, right? Oh my god! I'm out of here before something else... Oh no. Why did I go and pick the damn thing up? Okay, we can get some hearts. We can get some hearts. I think this type of spear has a specific name, actually. I don't know what it is, but it's a spear with a bladed... It's a glaive. I think that's what they call it. Glaive. Yeah. Spear with a bladed edge instead of a pointy edge. Halbert or javelin? Halbert is a combined spear, axe, and also sometimes pick. Whereas a javelin is for throwing. That's a glaive because it has a bladed head instead of a pointy head. Also, we found one of these. One more of these things. Where the hell am I right now? 6i Reef? Yeah, that's where I am. Eyelet of steel interior is available. Northern Fairy Island. I think that must be the free one. It looks like a naginata, but thick. I think that was what I was thinking of originally. that it was a naginata. Both Maria and Juno pointing out that it's probably inspired by the Garuda ones. Yeah. Yeah. And since the Garuda are not, like, Eastern inspired, we can probably safely call that a glaive. Yeah, Timur, we're glad. We should all be glad that there are no, like, medieval weaponry experts in chat, because we would be getting our faces eaten off like piranhas. Chat, I gotta tell you a really funny story, because this is just something that anyone who is an expert on any topic will do without even realizing it. But okay, I'll start the story. So, I'm not going to tell you what website it was, but I was posting photos on a website of a local train installation. And this was back when I used to just go out and take pictures of interesting things and then come back and post them on the internet. And I was taking pictures of a decommissioned diesel engine, which had a snowplow on the front of it because, you know, it was a Canadian operating train, so you need a snowplow on the front. And I was taking pictures of it. I took the pictures and I posted them online, and I made the grave mistake of calling it a cow catcher instead of a snowplow. Right? Instantly, people were on my ass. It's not a cow catcher. It's a snowplow. That's not a cow catcher. That's a snowplow. For God's sake, that's a snowplow. That's not a cow catcher. I was like, Jesus Christ, man! It just doesn't matter. But it does matter because I was wrong. I was wrong. Timur says, I am a medieval weapon expert. I have one in my room. I'm kidding. It's some pole I found and took home. That's called a quarterstaff, Timur. That is a medieval weapon. Anyway, there is a continuation of that story, just a little bit. Because the next time... Me correcting some guy on the internet who I know nothing about, literally. People get triggered by mistakes like that if they don't know it was a joke. I wasn't even joking. I was just straight up wrong. I will definitely admit that I was wrong. It was not a cow catcher. It was a snowplow. But I remembered that instance, and then I was like, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. So the next time I was taking pictures of something that I made, it was a spent bullet casing that I had made into jewelry. I don't know what the fuck compelled me to do it, but I did it. And then I posted it online, right? And I said, this is a 22 shell casing. But I was tricking people. I was being wrong on purpose. I went into the comments, or not the comments, the description, and I wrote, by the way, I don't actually care. And then people, like, when people came to correct me, I was like, please read the description. Please read the description. I was wrong. It was not a 22. It was a 22-250. I don't know what that is. 22-250? It's like a slightly higher long gun round than 22. So I got it just wrong enough for people to come into the comments. Oh lol, you did that for real. Yeah, I did that for real. You can find that post online if you're diligent enough. This reminds me of that meme where you ask for help for coding problem and nobody answers, so you reply with a deliberately wrong answer, and suddenly everyone rushes to correct you with the right. I've learned that this is actually it's an extremely useful skill to have online. Being confidently wrong can get you information that is more accurate, delivered to you faster, and in a more concise manner. If I had gone out and asked, "Hey guys, what bullet casing is this?" nobody would have answered. So just calling it a different type is what got me my answer. And I do this all the time now. Navigating a labyrinth in the stronghold of the evil king rewards a skull necklace. The statue of a fairy is located in the home of the bird people. I like how you told the story while effortlessly swinging across ropes. I had a lot of practice, let's just say that. I failed a lot of times at that minigame and learned it. Let's just say that. Jeez, I look really good in this lighting. The blues work really well here. By the way, when that guy corrected me and told me what kind of bullet it was, and I said, please read the description, he deleted his comment! He deleted his comment! He was like, oh, okay. No! Ah! Okay. We gotta go do mail sorting minigame. Oh, Timber sent me a picture of his pole that he found. Looks like a fishing rod. Yes, Timber, I know what that means. I didn't expect to find them this quickly. Jesus. Thanks, Great Fairy. And here I was worried about doing checks in Dragon Roost. Why are you so obsessed with mail? I've always found that it gets people to engage with the stream better if there's stakes. Like, I don't have channel points or whatever, but if I had the ability, I'd let you guys gamble on things. But you can't, so I have to come up with something else. And having a punishment where if something happens, I have to do mail sorting minigames. That's a good way to do it. And I have to score at least 20. T-Dog's mistake was saying he hated the mail minigame. It's true. Oops. It just feels like I have to be too perfect if I wanted to do 25, because that's what you need to get the item or whatever. You gotta get 25. I'm guessing the mail minigame doesn't give a check. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. If he never said he hated it, I wouldn't care. Well, I'm afraid, Timmer, that as a streamer, I do have to express opinions sometimes, even if it can be used against me in a court of law. No wonder you hate it. You try it next time you're playing Wind Waker. Try to get 25 in like less than 10 tries. You can't miss a single mail. Even so, I made a score of 27 like back when I was doing 100% of this game. Maria Wind Waker stream when? I don't know if Maria streams. Do you stream? Oh, the textures look so bad. There it goes. Tried it before and didn't really care for it. I don't stream anymore. I don't have it in me. Here's the thing. streaming really is not for everybody. If you kind of have to have the stomach for it, and you also have to have the stomach for streaming to 0 people. You guys have no idea how long I actually streamed for 0 people. It was like random people that came in for 5 minutes. And then Timmer decided to keep watching my streams. And that goes a long way. You know, having someone who actually watches goes a long way. But you need to enjoy it. You need to find it very fun, because it becomes a chore if you don't. I did a 12-hour Skyrim stream before. Jesus, dude. I don't think I could ever stream that long. Alright, let's do this. Shit! $23? That's not bad. Oh, you streamed on Mixer? Yeesh. I did it! Yay! I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh. Maria says, I wish I could make content, though. I guess it's just about finding whatever you want to make content on. It's not easy to know what you want to make content on. Like, I did, like, 4 different iterations of this channel before it was just a straight, pure streaming channel. I used to do edited Let's Plays with a group. I used to do video essays also. And then I just decided streaming is what I like doing best, and streaming is what I'm best at. Because boy, were those scripted videos kind of bad. Maybe one of these days when I'm feeling particularly self-destructive, I'll show you one of those really old videos that I did. Center platform? No platforms. No platforms. I guess I could go do the secret cave. $11 for helping with mail. That's thanks a lot, buddy. But imagine, extrapolate that over an entire hour of work. I'm probably making bank. Imagine him saying, here's your prize, and gives you a Tingle statue. Yeah, that would be awful. I have a bad feeling about this, but I'm going to try anyway. Can I take the pot with me? As a weapon? No. Oh, there's pots to use as weapons in here. Oh, you can make them smack each other. Nice. Man, he's sluggish using this weapon. Oh, you're a tough one. I think this one confused me, too. My child brain couldn't connect the dots between the braziers lighting up and which rooms I've completed. Man, that was the hardest one. Too bad you were all tabbed out. He knows. Did I actually catch you get tabbed out, Timmer? I got your ass. You're going on my cringe compilation. Hey, someone's bound to be tapped out. Oh, this is easy. These guys are, like, weak to bombs. Hooray! You're going in my MILF compilation? No, I definitely got that, Timmer. Oh, okay, that's this island done. I guess we'll have to go check Bomb Island. That's fine. Yeah, Timmer, you can't count on YouTube to hide your shame this time. I suppose bowling is on the table. That's definitely something we could do. But I think I'm gonna visit Bomb Island. Timmer, I'm not even going to begin to try to decipher what the hell you're trying to say there. Like what? Timmer's damaged again. You're the number one. I'm trying to drive around the YouTube censorship. Oh! MILF compilation number 34 starring T-Dub, the number one MILF. Come on, Timmer. You can't misgender me like that. And no, I'm not actually mad at you. It's like you're on a mountain road with no guardrails, and YouTube is a gust of wind that will... Dude, that is not classy. YouTube is a gust of wind that will tumble your car over the side of the road and down the mountain. Wow, that's just like Death Stranding. I can say MILF just fine, but the SL word that ends with ERP is way too violent for YouTube. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the S word. Flurp. T-Dog, I've never played Death Stranding. It's good if you like Kojima's brand of insanity. And I think he actually successfully manages to use like video game phrases as metaphors. Where when other games do that, it can come off as kind of cringe. Like when Higgs said, you know, you're gonna get a game over. I was like, oh shit, he actually means it. Wait, why does it say Bomb Island is possible? Because these guys get bombed? They do get bombed, okay. Please don't. I literally just told you not to. Okay, thank God. I got through the door. It's so hard to tell what words YouTube doesn't like since it gives you 0 warning when you type a message. And yeah, it doesn't tell you what word you said. It just deletes your message. Timmer with a quote from Metal Gear Solid 2. I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in the flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on the Harikiri rock. 42! Hello.
Hi.
Woofle is here. The $17 of gas seems to have worked.
We'll be able to get home.
Didn't have enough gas for the return trip. Where did 42 come from? It's I Need Scissors 61. Sorry, man. It's hard to remember the nonsense. I Need Scissors 61. Oops. It's high time for a Metal Gear Solid 2 stream. I already streamed Metal Gear Solid 1. Wait, can I just use this pot? Alright, this is the one where if you press the button, it stays pressed, so you don't really need to use the pot. Hear that? You don't really need to use the pot. Yeah, you can take that water. I'm hydrated enough. Play the MGS2 Uncensored mod? No! Dude, you know how bad that would be? Raiden's cock and balls would be on screen for a solid 20 minutes! It's like actually 20 minutes! More! Damn it. Mary Dear Solid 2, I need scissors to cut this wrapping paper. Mary Gear Solid 2, you think you're playing as Santa Claus, but you're actually playing as reindeer. Man, can't one of you just go in there and press the button on their own accord? Yeah! More stream time, more views. I'm gonna get banned from YouTube for showing uncensored Raiden naked in the final portion of Metal Gear Solid 2. Is Mary Gear Solid a real game? I want to play it. Mary Gear Solid is what it's called. I don't know. It might be Mary Gear, but Mary Gear Solid is a real fan game that you can play. I knew that was off. Yeah! I'm done with this! Raiden, turn the game off right now! Turn the game off right now, Raiden! Can you imagine if you were a kid and you did it? Colonel Campbell calls you up at the end of MGS2 and he says, turn the PlayStation 2 console off right now, and you do it. Yep, I'm done here. I got my heart piece and I'm out of here. Oh, everyone appreciate the Mary Dear Solid post Timmer wrote, because I'm not reading. Oh, I got burned on purpose so I could warp to the door. That was strats. Well, Cliff Plateau Island is there, so I could get that. I don't think I need any items for Cliff Plateau. Technically, you need it for the second chest on Cliff Plateau, but not the first one. The first one's just a freebie. Which means Sword could be there. You never know. I still don't know if Sword is in first sphere or second sphere. Or, yeah. Mirror, mirror on my left ball, which MGS character is the naughtiest of them all? Do you want the real answer? I have the real answer. I don't even have to think about it. Solidus? Good guess. It's Colonel Volgin. Colonel Volgin is the naughtiest of them all. Because not only is he about to like nuke people just like Solidus tries to do, but he is also an abuser of like just everyone around him. Everyone. Volgin didn't really do much evil. He really did do a lot of evil. He did a lot of evil, trust me. He might not have succeeded in his final and most ultimate evil, but he was very evil before that point. How do I do this? Can I pick these up? I think Solidus did worse. Damn it. I'm not sure what's up with the random King of Red Lion screenshot. What? Timmer's just grabbing screenshots. We don't need to. Volgan was the most evil guy in the series. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was an abuser, and he wanted to nuke everybody. Solidus just wanted to nuke everybody. I want to fill in that space. It bothers me. All right, I'll use the King of Red Lions. He's the right shape. If you spell the King of Red Lions as an acronym, it spells coral. Ocelot is pretty bad too. Who did the experiments to Jaeger? I think that was just the U.S. government, right? He is the reason why everything happened. ×3. The boss wouldn't have had to sacrifice herself if he didn't nuke Sokolov's research facility. That's right. That's absolutely true. Because that was not part of the plan. He did that of his own accord. Yes. Yeah, he did that just for the fuck of it. The naughtiest of them all in MGS is the U.S. government. That's not far from the truth, with all the war economy shit that happens in 4. Secretary of Defense. But the Secretary of Defense was Solidus, right? Or am I thinking of a different character? No, the Secretary of Defense was someone else. Solidus was the president. Ah, okay. I gotcha. There you go, Timur. The space is filled. He was Solidus. The president was Solidus. And that's who Ocelot was working for in the first game, in secret, right? You remember that, right? Try to eat the bomb. Eat the bomb. I don't know how this is possible. With Leaf? It says I can get this check, and I need to kill one of these to get the check. Wait, let me double check. Cliff Plateau Island. Cave. That's where I am. Maybe I can use the shield somehow. Can you not make him eat a bomb? That's probably not a thing, right? No, it doesn't work. Maybe there is another way to get in there. But I'm pretty sure you need to use the flower. I'm a firm believer that you can't do anything here. It would just take one stick. Oh well. I think Timur's right. I think we need to leave. You can't even use bombs. I had them in a, like, upright state, and the bomb hit, did nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I don't know why logic says that's possible. Who needs logic? We don't need that. I can do a little bit of Dragon Roost Cavern, I suppose. Southern Fairy Island's Great Fairy is apparently available. Let's go check her out. And then I will try bowling. We will do golf, not bowling. It will be hard to pull off without the leaf to fly where the chest is. Pretty sure it's jumpable. Harder, yes. Let's just come back and we have a weapon. Because even if we get boomerang, that would work. That would definitely work. What is the appeal of golf? Honestly, I think the real appeal of golf is that you can hang out with your friends and have a conversation without getting all sweaty and out of breath. Because most of golf is lightly strolling through a pleasant green, right? It's just a place where people can make business deals and have a conversation. Yes, Timmer, but golf is like a status thing, right? If you play golf, you have higher status in society. Honestly, I think it is the equivalent of bowling, where it's an excuse to get some food and hang out with your friends. Because, let's be honest, there's only a very few people who really enjoy bowling. I enjoy bowling because I get to eat, like, fried food and have a soda, you know, and hang out with, like, a cool atmosphere. The only appeal is drinking and driving golf carts! The uncomfortable truth that they don't want you to know. Golf is about drinking and driving. Come on! Well, that's pretty alright. There's not any laws on golf cart driving, is there? Aside from don't do it on the main road. I don't think it counts as a car for those purposes. You don't need a license for it. However, I believe you can operate one in an unsafe manner, and doing it drunk would probably count. Don't push your luck, is what I'm saying. Jaboon's Cave is available. That is true. But we need more bombs. We need to get, like, a fill-up of bombs. And then we can do a few bomb checks, like Big Octo with cannon instead of boomerang, which is going to be hard. Big Octo's easiest with the boomerang, in my opinion. You can drunk drive on private land legally. I suppose that's true, but only if whoever owns the private land lets you. I imagine that if you just go on somebody else's private property and drunk drive, they're not going to let you get away with that just because it's private property, not your private property. But that's the same problem with drunk driving at a golf course. It's somebody else's private property, and they probably don't want you drunk driving on it. But on your own land, you can do little donuts in your backyard, I guess. If you own some acres, you know, drive your tractor on your farmland drunk. No one can stop you. Wow, 5 treasures, huh? Go back. I don't have the grappling hook, Timmer. I can't get the money. I can't even get it. I can't even hold more than 200 rupees. Timmer's being silly again. He is. What are you looking for? Oh. Yeah. Oh, this?
Yeah.
The empty one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking to Woofle there. When you have a jawbreaker, do you lick it or do you bite into it? I will suck on it until it becomes brittle, and then I will chew it down. I hope you're ready for that sound to permeate the entire Gulf experience. Because those guys won't leave you alone even when you're on land. Here he comes. He's coming in for an attack. No, he's turning away. Oh, he's coming back in for another attack, I think. No, he's leaving. Okay. I guess we're going to be left alone this time. That thing is hideous. Agreed. Oh, it came back. Yeah, he's going to be hounding us this entire golfing experience. Yeah, look at that. Sunk it. That belongs in RimWorld. You know what? It wouldn't be out of place. The only problem is there's no ocean play in RimWorld. They only attack you if you're on your boat. It doesn't stop him from aggroing to me, apparently. he's still aggroed to me. He just won't do his attack. Oh, now he's stuck. Now you're stuck. What are you going to do? Well, that didn't work. Wait, it's because of the direction of the wind, isn't it? I think it's getting a little bit of a sideways, He is most definitely aggroed. Look at him! He's looking right at me, and he's coming right at me! He's trying to get me, but he can't. Alright, I'm gonna adjust the wind direction. Maybe I can compensate by changing it like that, because it was already correct. Wow, that worked. They only actively try to ram you if you're on your boat, but he's definitely aggro to me. Look at him! He's trying to get me the best he can, but his programming says you're bumping into land. Go away. I think you would legitimately like Link's Awakening. It's difficult. Look, say what you want. That guy is totally trying to kill me right now. He just can't. His programming won't let me do it. Or won't let him do it. Look at him! He comes straight at me every time. Hits the island. His programming tells him to go away. And he gets so far away, and then he tries again. His programming is clearly telling him to come at me. Don't gaslight me. There he is, going for another attempt. I think I will play Link's Awakening, Timmer. That sounds like a good good game to play. I haven't done like an old sprite-based game in a bit. He is trying to intimidate you. All right, let's say that. He's trying to intimidate me. I've grown up with it. It's short. I love the game to death. Yeah, I can try. I can try it out. If you needed me, I could backseat you through 90% of the game. Okay, I'm sold. Yes! I got him! Last bomb. I hear Link's Awakening is, like, has a surprisingly solid narrative, despite the fact that it fits on a Game Boy. So, I am excited. Your least favorite is Breath of the Wild. Well, I don't know about that, man. There's games worse than Breath of the Wild in the Zelda series. Zelda 2, the CDI games. I would argue Breath of the Wild is probably better than... You know what? It's kind of hard to judge Breath of the Wild because it is doing something different. They were worried... Oh, it started as a secret project that they were making... They were worried they were going to get fired if they found out. I've never played the CDI games or Breath of the Wild 2. Tears of the Kingdom's pretty good. I would say it's not as good as Breath of the Wild, though, so you probably wouldn't like that. I'm a fan of classic games who can put aside his hate for how the newer games in the series changed the formula and just try to play it as it is. And playing Breath of the Wild as it is pretty fun. Sure, Timmer. Couldn't get into it. If you like, if classic Zelda games, the only game that makes you feel like I like this game, you wouldn't like Breath of the Wild. In fact, you wouldn't like very many video games at all. Breath of the Wild has a lot to keep you interested, though. It was it the open world? Do you dislike? Do you dislike open world games? By the way, Maria, you're helping my case. Of course, he straight up went after me the moment I got into the boat because he was already aggroed to me. And aggro means coming for me, not attacking me. I love open world games, I just got bored. Really? Alright. If you say so. To each their own. I can see how someone would get bored of it. I really don't think it's a game that needs much time to get going, but it might be for some people. You might not like the fact that getting stamina and stuff. Right, I actually have to hit the top part. I forgot. If you were swimming in the water, he wouldn't come after me. But he'd still be aggroed, right? I guess all those games that you mentioned have one thing in common. They're more quest-based, I guess. Whatever. Well, yeah, but that's shared by Breath of the Wild. Look, I'm not actually that much of a Breath of the Wild defender, right? I don't need to argue this point. But that motherfucker was definitely aggro to me. I'll die on that hill. He was coming after me the whole time. He just wasn't getting me. I looked at the Spore Steam community page and I see a booby monster. Did he attack you? No, he didn't attack me. He was aggro, but he didn't attack me. I'm gonna spend my money on bombs again. He wanted a hug, he was sad. I will concede that point. If that'll put the argument to rest, he was just trying to get a hug. Alright? He was lonely, okay? I like Breath of the Wild because of the wilderness that was severely lacking in past Zelda games. Older Zelda games felt bare and empty. I don't get the bare and emptiness. Like, I guess you wouldn't consider this an older Zelda game. It's mostly water, but I would still, it's so full of life. All the NPCs, you know? They make the world feel cohesive. We're gonna go to the starting island. Older Zelda games didn't have technology for a filled Zelda game. Yeah, it was mostly just because of limitations. So when you go into the fields, you expect to see wildlife. Now you do. But if you were playing as a game in 1996, you would not expect that at all. Like, they tried to make the forest feel more alive by putting particle effects floating through the air to make it look like, you know, there's life. Twilight Princess came out in 2006, and you saw how bad it was chugging on stream, and it's not really that filled. Yeah. I don't think my computer could provide enough CPU access for that game or something. I think my CPU is what's throttling me, is what I'm saying. At the time of Twilight Princess, I guess they did have the tech to put wildlife in the game, but they just they made it scripted parts where you'd find a monkey or a wolf or whatever. Same with well, not same with Skyward Sword. No, Skyward Sword did have wildlife. It had the birds on the overworld. So that, I guess that was the first Zelda game with, like, ambient wildlife is what you would call that. Yeah. Say, like, Hyrule Fields and Twilight Princess looks empty, but Nintendo used enemies instead of animals to make it feel alive. Yeah. They definitely didn't do ambient NPC or ambient wildlife in that game. In Twilight Princess, they needed to make it run perfectly for GameCube. The Wii port is just GameCube with motion controls, yeah. Wind Waker has birds. That's true. Wind Waker does have birds. It's kind of few and far between. It's used very deliberately. When there is wildlife, it's super deliberate. It's not just populate the entire map, just paint the whole map with wildlife like Breath of the Wild does. Well, then. Skull Hammer. This is our weapon now. This is what we use to kill enemies. We can now visit the Thorned Great Fairy. We can now finish the Headstone Island submarine. I guess we'll do that because it's right next to us. What about enemies that are also animals? You mean like geese? They don't count because enemies are strictly evil and wildlife is not, I guess. I don't know. Zelda says some weird, fundamentally strange things about bats. Like, they're evil. You can have no qualms about killing them because they will attack you on sight. It's just bats, guys! It's bats! Why the hell was I moving so slow just then? T-Dog, is chat animals or monsters? You guys are animals. You guys are ambient wildlife. Because you were cruising. I think I was also holding down the stop button at the same time. Isle of Steel interior is complete. And now we're going to Headstone Island submarine. Okay. Are fairies wildlife? Fairies are sentient, right? I think they're sentient. We're going to say they're sentient, so they're people. Fairies are people. Chat is animals, but fairies are people. Are aliens wildlife or enemies IRL? They don't have a status that's been like made clear by law. That's something we'll have to answer when aliens make contact. Timber says you were moving slow because the coral is running out of gas. Please put in $17. What do you mean fairies are people, but we are animals? I'm being funny. Fairies are people, you are also people, alright? Does that make you happy? Am I looking in the right spot here? Headstone Island submarine. Yes. Are furries people, or are they like wildlife? Are they animals, or are they enemies? No, furries are people because they stand upright. And if you see a furry that's not standing upright, that's not a furry. You're speaking to an otherkin. So Juno is people, but we're animals. Yes. I hope you realize that I'm not following any logic here. I'm just saying whatever first comes to mind. Do the hammer swing attack. Did you know you could do a spin attack with the hammer? Just hold the left stick to the left and then hit the hammer button on the same frame. And you do a little hammer spin attack. Or right. Right also works. Okay, I don't think it's actually frame perfect. I think you can do a jump attack. Yeah, you can do a jump attack with this. So this is a legitimate weapon. I don't need a sword. Well, actually, I do need sword. For barrier. Woo! Those lizards are trying to sell you car insurance. I guess they kind of do look lizard-like with those patterns. Oh shit. Come on. Yeah, gecko, lizard, same thing. Close enough. There. I hammered your rat problem into a fine paste. Enjoy. Missing the lizard does not kill him, but there should be like a shockwave. I think the sound of killing the enemies is the noise of a wooden box smashing on the floor, but with audio enhancements. Hookshot? What? You could be onto something there, Juno. They did like to do that, like just screw up a sound effect a bunch. And, because it saves space, right? You just have one sound effect, and it applies different effects to it. So you only have one sound effect that you have to store on the disk. But the instructions to change it are there, and save on disk space. I think that's the rationale for doing that. The rats definitely looked a little sickly. Well, hookshot is required to beat the game, so that's good. But what does that get us? It gets us Boating Course Cave. It gets us Horseshoe Island. No, I already did that. Wait a minute. We didn't get the chest from playing golf. We only got to the end of the golf course because you have to use the leaf to get there, but I think with the hook shot, I can actually hook shot over to the chest. Let's go see. Thank God this game doesn't have the beeping. Actually, I think you can beat the Deku Babas now. Whoa, 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 yeah, I can! I totally can beat the the Deku Baba. Fuck. The names of enemies in this game, sometimes they're fucking tongue twisters. Oh, here come the aggro dudes. Hammer might not do it, but I was thinking hookshot. Well, either one. One of them's got to work. Yeah, I see the chest. I think I can reach it right from here. Maybe a stun with the hook shot, and then smack him with the hammer. That doesn't reach. That means I have to play golf again. Well, chat, let's get a couple of beers and drive this golf cart into the water trap. Oh, he just attacked me. What the hell? How did he manage that? Dude, get your own damn golf course. If it was trying to kill you, it would do that, but it didn't do that early. It did do that. It only succeeded because it hit the ground at just the right angle or some shit. Yeah, I guess they just have a normal you touch me, you get hit mentality like a lot of enemies have. Okay, maybe I can reach from here. Please, dude, get off the course. Maybe he did push me into the thorns. How are they so big? Growth hormones. Hey, wait a minute. I can't reach that from there. It says I have the tools to get this chest now, but I don't know if I do. Let me check the tracker one more time. Yeah, play golf is apparently... Oh! That's not intended. Hey! We needed that. Sick. Worth it. We only had to play one hole of golf. The Warp Maze Cave is apparently available. But how? Doesn't that require... No, that's Needle Rock. Diamond Step is... Okay. We're doing Warp Maze, I guess. I wonder if I could use hook shot to cheese. Guess we'll find out. Oh no, because it requires hookshot to get in, it wouldn't let you cheese the whole mini dungeon with hookshot. Never mind. It's starting to get annoying. I know that they endeavored to make the noise unannoying in this game, but it's starting to get annoying. How far are we gonna get without sword? I'm just curious now. Like, I can fight enemies pretty effectively with the hammer and the bombs, and hell, even with the hookshot. But we are gonna need sword upgrade to get through barrier. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see how it plays out. I know you can flatten these floor masters with the... You can flatten them with this. They don't look that much different. Alright, this is going to require a little bit of finesse and maybe jump attacks. Pretty sure they used the sound of a vacuum to make those floor masters. For God's sake, man. I know I don't gotta fight him, but he's in my way! I need the stick. I need the stick. I know you can flatten these guys with the hammer, because they have a special animation when they're on the ground and they're flat. I definitely need the stick. I just want to look at the special animation, damn it. It's funny. He gets splatted on the ground and he's like, ah, I'm splatted on the ground. There. Because I think this is the bonus chest, and I do need to check that. Yep. Alright, a necessity for many dungeons. No, I know he's not in the way. I just want to get a special animation to proc, that's all. There! See? Squished on the ground animation. I knew I wasn't hallucinating. If you were tabbed out, I'm not doing that again. You missed it. Sorry! You're not sorry. You're right, Timmer. I'm not. Oh. Well, I know the route now. I know where to go. Wait, the stick also has a randomized palette? I just noticed. I think the stick has a randomized palette. I'm gonna need that stick, sir. Why don't you just throw that over to me? Come on, sir. I need the stick. Thank you. Oh. He traveled. It looked brown to me. It looks brown. Yeah, it's brown. It's the right color, but it's a different shade. I'm sure of it. Oops. Yeah, it has a pink hue to it now. Yes! And now that one on the left. Thank God these floor masters prefer to grab pots before grabbing Link. I thought it crashed there for a second. I was going to be so mad. Oh, not fair. Spawning right next to one. Alright, more heart, more life. That's alright, I guess. Tamara, your message is not going through again. I thought this freeze was the stream buffering. I just froze for no reason. Alright, chat, I think I'm going to call it quits in about 15 minutes to 25 minutes. Stream didn't die? Did it? Nah, man, it's still running on this side. I think Timmer's actually just, like, straight up glitching out. He can't actually hear me anymore. I think he's having a problem that just happens to coincide with that freeze. Let me see where we're going yet. Or going next. We can get the Great Fairy of the Western Fairy Island. And we can do Rock Spire. We could also go kill Big Octo, but I kind of don't want to do Octo without Boomerang, or at the very least arrows. Whenever that appears, I always figure it's my internet. But ever so often, every so often, it is me. You can do two-eyed reef Big Octo. Oh yeah, that would be really easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, we could try that next. Two-eye reef Octo. This guy? Oh, yeah, that would be easy. I'm gonna have the Great Sea theme stuck in my head for the next week now, thanks to me doing this. I'm just gonna be like driving my car, and it's gonna be this. Get out of my way, sea hat. Dear T-Dog, what do you listen to when you drive? Usually just play my phone playlist. Yeah, I usually just play that in the car. I have watch later list on YouTube full of documentaries that I like to work to. Whenever I drive anywhere, I try to finish those videos. I always find that they're too distracting to, like, pay attention to something. It's easier to get a tune in your head, you know? Especially since I'm often driving with people in the car and I want to have a conversation with them. Oh! We're going to Dragon Roost Cavern right now. I don't care what other checks opened up. We're going to Dragon Roost Cavern because we can do the whole dungeon. The whole dungeon's swordless. Don't need it. Don't need the sword. A whole bunch of glitched tricks showed up. So this tracker actually shows you which checks you can get if you know a glitch. And a whole bunch just opened up after I got the grappling hook. I wonder what that means. I know you don't trust doing glitches. I actually know how to do one skip. That's it. I know how to do one skip, and it's in Dragon Roost Cavern, and we don't need to do that skip because I have grappling hook. When you do skips, you're not really guaranteed to get something you need, is the thing. But you could. You definitely could. I did do a skip once in one of these randomizers that let me finish Dragon Roost Cavern because I didn't have the big key, and I used the skip with the leaf to get it early. It's not a glitch, it's just a skip. But the game considers it out of logic to do that. But it seemed like it was necessary to do at the time. This was a while ago when I was first getting into randomizers. It did work out for me then. I could do Rockspire. What's here? It's just a cave and a gunboat. It's 2 checks. Dragon Roost Cavern has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 20 checks. The check density is off the charts. I'm going straight there, and hopefully I'm going to get the sword there. What else can I do with this loadout? Not Forbidden Woods, because we need magic. Maybe some Forsaken Fortress checks? I don't know if... yeah, yes. Actually, yes. There's a whole bunch of Forsaken Fortress checks that I can do. But I'm going to go to Dragon Roost Cavern first. We'll go and we'll give a pot some tilt. We'll use a hammer on a giant bug in lava. It's going to be good. It's going to be great times. Wait, can I do Wizrobe Cave, actually? On the way? No. But I can do Scale the Wall. I'm going to do that. Since we're literally right here. You already sound tired? I'm not that tired. I'm not that tired, even if I sound tired. But sometimes I do kind of need to let my voice recover a little bit. Sometimes as a kid, when I was bored, I would just come to this island and cut all the grass until there was no grass left, and then I would look upon my work and think, yes, I've done it. I've cut the grass. And what do you mean already? It's been 3 hours. T-Dog's backstory on how he got into landscaping. I think I'd suck at that job, actually. Now, I've got a question. What the hell are those? Are these, like, chew jelly eggs? Is this where they are birthed? Many such questions. It was trash. Alright, no more detours. I'd fool around on this island too. I'd just call around one first person, same. Yeah! Because it's not far enough in the game where you're thinking, okay, gotta go to the next objective. And, it's also your, like, first taste of freedom, where he lets you, like, sail off, and there's an optional island, and you're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go to that optional island instead of sailing straight to Dragon Roost. And what kid couldn't resist cutting all the grass on an island when it presents that to you? I bet that that's a pretty universal experience. Timmer, did you even play this game? I think you said you didn't. I think you should give it a try, man. BRB, I'm gonna mow the grass with bombs IRL. It is said that they come from this island, the choo-choos. So those could be eggs. Those could be eggs. I could be onto something there. You don't see those things anywhere else, I don't think. Not that I know of. Well, some people find cutting grass relaxing, other people find it to be a chore, and others still just don't think about it. I know there's a way to get up there. Hang on. Yeah! Box of mail. I also do know the choo-choo noise is a highly sped up sound clip of some Japanese guy arguing, insulting someone. So they're telling you off when they attack you. That's good. Ah, so you were like a solid snake hiding in the tall grass. I see. I think I'm going to call it quits here, though, before I go into the Dragon Roost Cavern. There's too much to do, just in, like, 5 minutes. And I gotta go. So... I'll just do this. Yeah. Do that same thing on Cabana Island. You know what I did on Cabana Island? I sat in the chair and I pretended to drink the drink. Well, everybody, thanks for joining me, but I think my back is starting to protest this chair. 3 hours is pretty good for me. I usually don't stream this short anymore. I like doing longer streams now, but I'm gonna have to call it here. Tomorrow, I might play something different. And again, I'm always looking for suggestions, so you can always put something in the channel. It didn't feel like 3 hours. I know, right? That's streaming for you. Yes, I would like to stop the current emulation. I mean, official running console, yes. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. Okay, to be continued. Tomorrow, I might just play more of this, or I might play something different. I've kind of been thinking of trying an Endless Sky Iron Man mode. Like, I know nobody here knows what Endless Sky is. It's like some space game, but I thought it was interesting if it would be interesting if I tried an Iron Man mode with that. End stream fail? What do you mean? Whatever. I'm gonna do an end stream W now. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Whew. Bye-bye.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.